Hello, I'm Taylor Buntain, or Taylor Buntain, depending on what part of Scotland you're from or what class you're from. Just questions to answer here today. I'm an independent solo artist who's currently gigging around the Ayrshire and Glasgow area, just trying to get myself a bit known. Used to play in heavy metal bands and stuff like that, still kept the kind of visage bit of it, but started getting into more kind of rootsy music, acoustic stuff, and playing things like mandolin and banjo, and just having a great time really. So just going to answer a couple of questions that we have here. How did you first get into music? Well, I first get into music through, initially it was primary school. I started playing violin just as a kind of hobby, but when you're 5 you don't really take music that seriously, so the real start of it was playing guitar in school. Just getting into the kind of rock music that everybody was into at the time, all the Green Day and Nirvana and Black Sabbath, and then throughout my teenage years playing in bands, getting into heavier music, heavy, then started maybe being a wee bit more open-minded, you could say, until I decided that although I still like band scenarios and heavy music and things, I just wanted to go out and do something a wee bit different myself and start singing. And I must admit that I do much prefer playing as a solo artist, because I feel that I don't have to compromise my music and I don't have to work parts out and don't have to argue with drummers. It's brilliant. Main musical influences, definitely solo acoustic percussive guitar players like Eric Roche, Thomas Lieb, John Butler, Tommy Emmanuel, off the top of my head, Peter Coolidge, all these guys, Andy McKee. A lot of people are into things like Andy McKee, all these guys that are basically doing a kind of, if you like, a one-man band approach to the guitar, but also a kind of, what I felt was like quite a catalyst for this kind of music was Newton Faulkner, because he was the first guy to really blend all this kind of really advanced guitar work on the acoustic and just using it as a kind of a very varied instrument, if you like, and doing all this different stuff on it, but he also blended it with a more traditional songwriting. And as far as my style goes, it's kind of like blending that with, I like a lot of Scottish folk music. I listen to a lot of stuff like Dougal MacLean and favourite songwriters like John Martin and things like that. So I'd like to think that my style, if you could call it unique, if you want to call it unique, fine, but my take on it is traditional songwriting with interesting guitar work, and just try to not copy anybody basically. So that's a bit as far as that goes. In my opinion on the Ayrshire music scene at the moment is that it's in dire need of a big bloody bandage. It needs to be pulled together. There's a lot of talent out there. There's a lot of talent, Kilmarnock, Ayr, just all over the place. And there's all these independent gigs going on, and there's some very talented people working behind the scenes putting these gigs on, and there's talent everywhere, but there's no consolidation, there's no glue between everyone, and I think that's what really needs done. And that's why things like the Ayrshire Music Alliance, which I've been fortunate enough to be a part of, and just everyone try to band together and be more of a solid music community. So hope that can happen in the near future.